Grand day, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Um, I was going to start off with, you know, everyone keep a positive attitude, stay humble, stay loyal to self, self love yourself, self validate yourself. Is very enlightening and embrace it. I forgive everyone who done ill will to me. I hold no grudges in my golden heart. Okay, so let me. This is story time. You guys already know that. I talked about my dad and him being voodooed and all that when he was a young kid and the battles and struggles he had to face and the victims and all the people that came across him that he did no good by. Very sorry about that, you know, because I wake up sometime and be like, you know what? People blame me for my dad's actions, and I had no recollection of those actions until I became a little bit older as an adult. But I was crucified, and you know, talked about and things like that, and people just did not like me initially only because I was my father's daughter. And it got me to thinking, they didn't like Yeshua either because of the things he held inside of himself and whose son he was. So now I embrace it. Now, first it hurt me when I was younger. I cried many times to my mom asking her why don't certain people like me. Now at this time, I really don't. It don't matter to me. I don't care. I'm unbothered by it. Though something that certain people have to deal with in their self to get their self together, get on their journey, figure out what the reason they're here for. Because I have came aware of, I know the reason why I'm here. And through my dad being voodoo and things like that of what I learned, um, those was demons, those was entities, those was something inside of him. I don't he probably lost himself was lost and took in at a very young age, you know, that they took over him and he just, you know, um allowed them to do that because I guess he had no way of understanding how he could fight them. So on I didn't even know what spiritual attacks were. I had this so-called friend, but I call her associate. I call her nothing. She ain't nothing no more. But back then, she was like an associate. Um, Actually, I thought she was like my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So, like I rode for her. I went to court with her when she went through these trying times with kids and things of that statue. I just was a person to just was always there to help somebody and build them up, realizing nobody was building me up besides only person that was building me up, which was my mom and my two brothers. And I had other siblings, but you know, I always was the black sheep. I always was the scapegoat. They, oh, it's her fault. It's her fault. And I didn't understand how was it my fault only because this was chosen for this man to be my human father on this 3D realm. But I was, victimized and, what I'm saying, and people tore my name down, try to discredit me, and I'm still gonna stand. And I'm still gonna do what I'm supposed to do here. Nobody, not nobody on this earth, in this universe, is gonna stop me until it's time for me to stop. Nobody's gonna make that choice besides who is to make that choice, and that is not anybody of a human source who got a human vessel or even a reptilian vessel either. So, but um, I didn't realize that so many people knew things about me that I didn't even know about myself, that I had to learn about myself on my own with the guidance of spiritual guidance. I wasn't aware of any of this. Like, people be like, "Oh yeah, you knew about it." No, I did. I didn't know what a warlock was. I didn't know what a witch was. You know, only thing of bewitched Samantha. Isn't that funny? Mhm. That's who I used to watch. I Dream of Jeannie. Um, those sort of things. I'm thinking was, oh, these are make believe. This is just like all that was just an illusion of the truth of what really is. And people knew that. Then when I started seeing things of what other people didn't see, oh, she crazy, she this, she that. You know, when you don't see the truth, when you see the truth, and you don't see through, you see through those illusions of what they put in front of you. Like I said on one of my pages, you crazy, something wrong with you. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, they try to discredit my brother Yeshua, but now they all call on his name for his help, and you know, in every realm and everywhere they call on him after they crucified him, did the things that they did to him, you know, talked about him, lied on him, said he was a liar, said he did not hold these great abilities. You know what I'm saying? So why would I even care what other people think? Honestly, I don't. And that's what I had to learn. So during my story time, realizing about my father, his siblings, and things like that, who I don't talk to, who I don't, you know, because I felt like this. Anybody that knew anything of what was going on with me or knew, you might as well have been you right with that person. And I'm not riding with you. I'm not going to. You could be upset, you could be mad, you could be whatever. Oh, she a liar, she crazy, blah blah blah. They always try to call somebody crazy. But on every state, on everything they talk about spirituality, or everything they talk about open your eye to see what is to be. But the person, but that person crazy. Oh, okay. Cool. At this point, as I said, I don't care. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I feel like those was all fake people around me. My whole family was fake. And yeah, that's what I came to realize. They were fake. You know, they put together things to try to destroy people. This is a really evil, these are really evil people. That's what I learned. I'm glad I don't hold what's inside of them that they got inside of them. I'm glad I don't have it inside of me. I'm totally different. And I always been. And they even tried to take my protectors, who they knew would have went to bat for me. But regardless, I still got an army on me who gonna go to bat for me. I do. And I know people like, oh, she just raving and all this. She just talking and da 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 da. Whatever. I don't care. Because near person go come in my face and say how they truly feel about me at all. As I would tell them how I feel about them. Each one of them, if they wanted, I would tell them how I feel about them and what I think of them and why I don't mess with them. Because see, that's the difference between fake and real. I tell you how I feel. I don't care. But you always try to sit in people's face and laugh, ha ha he, like you the best friend, knowing you can't stand it. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I'm done with you, I'm done with you. If I detached, I detached. If I blocked, I blocked, and it's for what's for a very great reason. Believe that. I'm gonna keep going and growing. You guys do the same thing. How about it? I'm gonna bring another story time though. Talk to you later.